Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I hope you guys are having a great day. If you have been paying attention to the natural gas price, you guys can see in the past 2 hours we have seen a very extreme rally forward, and at the same time there was a very strong pullback. The reason for this super volatile market is just one singular reason, is the lightning that actually struck on the Colombia Gulf fire appears to spark the natural gas features rally. So pretty much this strike caused a big shutdown, and that caused the market to react very crazy, which is the natural gas price market. Before we get into all of that, if you guys are here for the first time, you don't want to stay up to date with everything to do with natural gas, scroll down, tap the red subscribe button. While there, slap a like on the video, just help the YouTube algorithm push the video out to more people so everyone can stay up to date with what is happening with natural gas. Now, natural gas futures were surging in the early morning trading Friday as the market reacted to reports of volumes being shut at a Colombia Gulf compressor station in Mississippi following a lightning strike. So about an hour and a half ago this news dropped, which was the lightning strike actually closed down a very big station in Mississippi, which actually caused a little bit of a disruption in the supplying or just, the production of natural gas. Real-time discussion on the energy chat, you need to be pointed to the breaking news of major fire on part of the Colombia Gulf system in Mississippi as the catalyst for sudden buying pressure in the natural gas futures. I mean, it's very clear there was a huge stop in supply for a short period of time, which caused a very big surge in the amount of buy orders that decided to come in. On the other end, Norway to nationalize gas pipelines by 2028. Now this is a big deal because you guys need to understand Norway relies heavily on natural gas to make sure that they can survive through the winter, which currently owns the pipelines is managed under co-ownership. Pipeline owners were surprised by this news. Norway plans to nationalize its price or gas pipeline by 2028, at a time when many existing concessions are due to expire. Now this is going to play a very crucial role because you guys know that Norway will be one of the largest providers, and also Norway Oil and Gas Ministry said on Friday that it will seek to tighten control over the key infrastructure. And it's obviously due to the Ukraine and Russia war. Norway has become EU's major gas supplier, so they need to make sure that they can stay very consistent with how much natural gas they're going to be supplying, as EU will be heavily relying on them for the winter time. And for Norway to be able to do that, they need to make sure that their gas pipelines are up to date, and that is what they are planning to do so. Now, what sort of impact is this price momentum going to have on the overall natural gas price? Now you just need to understand, natural gas price yesterday, after we saw a little bit of a positive trend, it actually went into a little bit of consolidation point, but today in the trading session it was starting to go down, and just a singular hour before this news actually dropped, the price actually went into a downtrend again on the super trend. But this was one of the catalysts which actually helped the natural gas price break above the barrier, and now if it's just able to center off in the center zone, it might be able to consolidate, and maybe on Monday there will be a little bit less fear for the people to buy into natural gas. And as you guys can see, the buy and the sell order volumes are quite extreme. First of all, the buy orders were so crazy when the lightning strike news actually dropped, and on the other end the sell orders were very crazy as well, due to the fact that a lot of people who are in the long trades have probably set their take profit around this zone. Do I think this will be sustainable in the long term for the price to keep climbing? I personally do not think so, because this is obviously just a short-term pressure that was put onto the natural gas price. So over time, I personally think that it will still come back to where it was, and it was consolidating. It might be able to climb back up in the future as we get closer and closer to the start of May, but do I think this is going to be the pushing point and the catalyst? I do not think so. Monday will be bringing in a different sort of news. Now, talking about the RSI line, as you guys can see, it is pretty much in the center zone after we were able to see a little bit of a pullback. For it to go back into a downtrend, it has to fall below the 2.3 mark, which I personally do not think it will be happening anytime soon. Personally, I see that it might actually go into a consolidation point close to 2.4 and maybe close around that zone, and maybe the weekend will come in. Now, talking about something else which is interesting is Japan JIRA forecasters jump in FY23 and 24 profit as fuel prices weaken. Japan's biggest power generator predicted on Friday a jump in net profit for the year just begun, driven by the weaker fuel prices and recent resumption in imports of LNG, US Freeport LNG plant after a fire. Do I agree with this? I mean, honestly, I would just leave it up to you guys. I personally do not think that will be happening anytime soon. That's just a forecast, but it will be interesting to see. Now, Vietnam seeks the first LNG cargo to commission import terminal. Now, Gas has issued a buy tender seeking its first cargo of LNG, a commission import terminal in the country's southern provision, said the two sources on Friday. Now, this is really good because you guys need to understand that Vietnam will be able to, take more LNG into the country and be able to have a port which will be able to help it out and make sure that this process is smooth as possible. Now, gas pipeline network co-owner says surprised by Norway's nationalization plan. Norway's plan to nationalize most of its gas pipeline network came as a surprise, one of the current owners in the network said on Friday. Now, you guys need to understand that this is also one of the reasons why the price actually sparked so heavily. And I mean, this was a very big shocker to a lot of people because, hey, Norway was one of the largest providers of natural gas when EU was not able to receive it from Russia in the 2022 winter. And seeing that they're able to do this, which is nationalize the gas pipelines, it is obviously going to play a crucial role, but it is also a little shocking due to the fact that most of the countries are trying to move away from LNG to try to be more renewable. On the other end, Norway is just against it, I guess. Russia's gas exports are expected to slide in 2023. I mean, evidence is piling up about the sandy of Russia's vital natural gas export industry since the country's invasion of Ukraine. I mean, in next year, it is starting to show that it might be actually sliding even more. That Russia's gas export by pipeline could fall as much as 50% in volume this year from last year. It was already so low and it's going to drop even more. It's going to play a very big role on the overall economy. Retreats to 2.4 on higher EIA inventory built mixed sentiments. This is why I'm saying I personally don't think that this will be long-term sustainable, which is the push we had right now, because I just feel like the sentiments are way too mixed. Monday opening will be very crucial, and I know a lot of you guys are excited to see what sort of price action we will see. Other than that, I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. If you did, drop a like on it. If you're new to the channel, do want to stay up to date with everything, subscribe, and I'll see you guys very soon. I'm out. Peace.